Social media has a way of making us feel behind when we really aren't behind. And in this video, I'm going to explain why social media and the emotions that it pulls out of you makes you feel behind when you're comparing yourself to other people, and what to do about it so that you can, almost, it's like a dopamine detox, but it's like a thought process detox. And more importantly, this video is going to highlight why you are exactly where you should be, why and what the difference between anxiety and impatience are, and how to get through it. If you're new here, my name is Matthew, and welcome to Unscripted. Let's get right into the video. So first, let's start off. What is the difference between anxiety and impatience? So anxiety makes us have thoughts and have feelings and think in ways of, oh, I'm not going to achieve this, or oh, what if I fail? And all these different types of thoughts that, if we allow them to dictate our mind, if we allow them to take over our consciousness, it stops us from doing anything, right? When you're, asking a girl out, that anxiety inside of you is, oh, you have these anxious feelings, these anxious thoughts. Oh, I'm not going to ask her out because I already know the outcome. Oh, she's going to reject me. I'm not going to ask my boss for a raise because I have this anxiety that he's going to say no. I'm not going to, start a business because I'm thinking it's going to fail. You're already thinking in thoughts of the future that prevent you from taking action. And that's what anxiety is, and it's important to identify it. And now let's go to impatience, because a lot of people, especially me included, sometimes I'm really impatient and I'm like, oh, okay, why don't I have the life that I'm thinking about? Why don't I have, the business, the followers, my house, the cars that I dream of, the body that I dream of, the bench press that I want to get to, all these different things. And sometimes I think, oh, okay, am I just an anxious person? But after reflecting for a while and understanding that this is just impatience, and impatience comes from comparison. Because who are you behind? But what, according to who do you not have what you need to have right now? According to, other people on social media, according to, your friends, your parents, your family, all these different things. And this is where social media comes into play, which disturbs our way and our perception of reality. Whenever I get anxious or have these kind of impatient thoughts, I always refer back to understanding the difference between, oh, okay, and this is what I remind myself. This isn't a political video, this is just me talking, but look at Trump, for example. Trump became president at, 70, 75 years old, whatever age it is, in comparison to Obama. Obama became president when he was, 40, something like that. So now imagine if Trump was comparing himself to Obama and thinking, oh, I'm so behind, I'm not a president yet. Look at Obama, he's 40 years old. Everybody's on a different life path. Everybody is on a different life path. And the reason why you feel behind, the reason why, sometimes you feel, oh, my life isn't where it should be. My life doesn't feel like I have it envisioned for, oh, I should be having so many more things, is because you're spending so much time on social media and comparing yourself to a million different people. And most of the time, the top 1% of people, because remember, social media is designed to play off your emotions. That's how viral videos happen. That's how, videos with the most views happen. And it's just an emotional roller coaster, social media, at the end of the day. Because what is the point of a social media video, any short form content? It's to, in the first 3 to 5 seconds, strike an emotion inside of you. Whether it's greed, whether it's fear, whether it's jealousy, whether it's laughter, any of these emotions, right? It's supposed to hook you in order for you to keep watching more. Understand, oh, okay, what's going on? Okay, let me watch the entire video. And since we understand this, and since we're, only seeing those viral performing videos, of course you're going to compare yourself and think about your life compared to the videos that you're watching and the people that you're watching. Why? Because this is what humans are just naturally programmed to do. We compare how other people's lives are compared to our own. And now that we have, it's the Jones effects. You compare with your neighbors, who has the bigger house, who has the bigger car, who has the more expensive, who has the hotter wife, who has more children, who has more children. And okay, this used to be in a small percentile back in the day. But now it's gone to steroids, where we're comparing ourselves with 7 billion people on the entire population of the planet. So imagine how much more anxiety you have. Imagine how much more you feel behind because you're looking at your life and comparing it to everybody else's. And what's the saying that all of us know? Comparison is the thief of joy. So now why do you feel behind, and why do you feel, unhappy? How come you feel all these, sad emotions? Is because you can't allow yourself to focus in and hone in on your life. And then change your perspective and see, okay, what am I actually grateful for? What do I actually have? What path am I on? And more importantly, what is going good for me? Where have I improved since yesterday? Where have I improved or gotten better from last year or 10 years ago? Because we're so focused on the external, other people's lives. Look at how much money this person's making. Look how great of a family this person has. Look at the body of this person. Look how much he's lost. And then we forget to celebrate our own wins. We forget to celebrate our own victories, which strips us from joy of our own life. And then what kind of life is that? What kind of memorable life are you going to be living if you're just constantly focusing all your free time on others? And you have to be selfish in a way, and not in a way of, arrogance or egotism, but selfish in a way of prioritize your own happiness. Prioritize your own feelings of life. Because you only get one of these things. And if you're going to be spending majority of your time focusing on everybody else's, life's going to fly by just like that for you. And you're going to die and look back and you're going to be, hey God, he's going to be like, look, take a look at your life. He's going to be like, look, you were focusing so much on other people's lives and you weren't even able to enjoy your own garden. Look at the things you built. Look at the family you created. Look at the friends you've made. Look at the muscle you've built. Look at the career, the success, everything you've had. You were just comparing yourself with other people and you forgot how good you actually had it, right? Because there's always somebody that's going to compare themselves with you. You're right here in your journey of life, for example, and then, somebody's up here and you're comparing your life to this person's life. And this person, funny enough, is comparing their life to somebody up here. And then, funny enough, somebody down here is comparing their life to your life, and you don't even know it. So why does social media make us feel behind? It's because, like I said, it's an emotional roller coaster. It's an emotional roller coaster, and then we feel all these and backfall onto all these negative emotions instead of focusing and honing in on a neutral, positive state. Right? Because to be happy, to be joyful, to actually enjoy and be grateful, it's a sort of programming that you have to subconsciously work on. It's easy, but it's not really that simple because nobody really talks about how to do that sort of thing. And the best way to do it is to limit the amount of people you are watching, limit the amount of people in your circle, and just focus on yourself. This is why deleting social media and doing an entire detox is amazing. If you're not posting on social media, what is the purpose of being on it? Number one, to waste time. Number two, because you're not really comfortable sitting in your own thoughts. Number three, just for entertainment. How come our grandparents, the 80-year-olds, their life is perfectly happy. Their relationships are even better than nowadays. Their state of being, I was on a train one time going to, I can't even remember what city it was. I think it was from Toronto to Calgary. And I shit you not, this 70-year-old sat through the entire train ride for, I think the train ride was, 36 hours, call it. 24 to 36 hours, doesn't matter. But the point is, the entire 36 hours, he did not once go on his phone. I don't think he even said he had a phone. I think he said he had like a flip phone. He sat in his thoughts the entire time, and he was the most pleasant man to talk to. He wasn't miserable. He wasn't depressed. He wasn't anxious. He wasn't like sitting on the chair when you have like that insane ADHD and you're just like tapping your leg and you just can't sit still. No, just perfectly chill, normal guy. And even me, like I've noticed that like my own like anxiety and like ADHD has like kind of calmed down ever since I deleted social media the past 3 days. Like, to be fair, it's only been 3 days, but like even like my state of mind, I can notice it. It's because when you're in that state of swipe, it's just like your mind is like, dude, fuck, I can't concentrate on one thing. Like your mind likes to focus in and hone in on one thing at a time. Everybody says, oh, they have a focus problem. Oh, they have a problem concentrating, ADHD, all this bullshit. It's at the end of the day, you're trying to treat your mind like a machine gun when at the end of the day, it's a sniper. It's supposed to be focusing on one thing at a time, at one thing at a time. Everybody's out here, working, scrolling, vaping, texting one friend on FaceTime with another friend, studying with 60 different people. How are you supposed to expect to make any progress in anything? Let alone whatever you're trying to focus on, and then you wonder why you don't have the results that you have. It's because at the gym, you're scrolling instead of focusing on, hitting better reps, hitting better PRs. You're texting, this girl that dumped you. You're, on FaceTime with your mom, instead of going in for 45 minutes, putting in your headphones, focusing on the workout in front of you, going as hard as you possibly can, and then moving on to the next task. And now I want to focus and kind of move a little bit over to how social media and how you can reclaim your life in a way so that, number one, you don't feel behind, but number two, so you feel more at ease, you feel a little less anxious and just understand that it's impatience, but also to be happier and more grateful with your own life. Because at the end of the day, you get one of these things, like I mentioned before. Why not enjoy? Why not be and make the best life you can? And for everybody, it may be different. For somebody, the best life looks like, chasing and making $1 billion. For somebody else, it's, having a family and having a nice car. Like another person is, getting their dream body. And another person is, these goals that we set and work to ourselves, it shouldn't dictate the level of happiness we're at, because happiness is just in the present moment. The goals give us drive and purpose to work towards something that bring our life meaning, but happiness and not feeling behind and enjoying this present moment and being grateful for what you have is just a byproduct of the thoughts that are inside of you and the outside programming that is going inside of you. So think about two different people. Person one is on social media, call it 8 hours a day. He sees, or on their phone, he sees, 50 different people's lives, the 1% of their life, their vacations, the money, the rented houses, the laughters with their couples, the, positivity. And then he's like, oh shit, my life sucks. I'm always arguing with my wife. I've got a shit body. I don't know, I've got $50,000 in debt. And, these people are living their life while I'm out here suffering. And then he doesn't do anything about it because he's so focused on the outward. Where person B doesn't have social media, or limits the amount of time he spends on social media to 30 minutes to 1 hour a day, just to, talk with some friends, maybe get some scrolling in if needs be. But then majority of the time is focusing on the inputs for his life, spending time with his wife, spending time in the gym working on his body. What's another good part? Focusing on, educating himself with the types of foods that are good for him and what he should be feeding himself with, rather than watching all these cancerous cooking videos and people making these insane desserts and treats on social media and eating them and wondering, oh, why is he so skinny? If I ate that, I would gain 10 to 20 pounds. It's because you don't know what he's doing after. He could be making the video just to make you jealous or just get some views of eating, 5,000 calories worth of cookies and then pulling trigger and throwing it out. People don't show you the entire picture of their lives. You're just hyper-focusing in on one specific, screenshot of their life, and then think to yourself, my life sucks. I'm so behind. Yeah, it's because you're not grateful and you're not in the present moment of your life to be thankful. You're picturing in on other people's lives when you should be picturing in on your own life, right? Right now, in this video, look around you. If you have to pause the video and look around you, around your space that you're in. Look at all the things that you have something to be grateful for. For starters, you have a roof. You have the ability, I'm sure, if you're watching this from a phone or a computer, to have the ability to drink some water, to eat some food. Oh, you might have, some nice clothes on. Start with those things. And then you'll realize that your life is so much more blessed than you actually make it out to be. And then that is slowly going to remove that feeling of feeling behind, feeling like you're not actually where you're supposed to be. Because you are exactly where you're supposed to be because of the past thoughts and actions you took to bring you to this moment. I challenge you, if you do feel, your life has been very anxious, you feel unease, you feel behind, you feel like there's nothing really, in your life that you're grateful for, which is pretty stupid, or you just feel like this tension and anxiety and you don't know why, and you're having trouble to really, hone in and be at peace with your life, with your moment, and what you're experiencing right now, really try, number one, to delete social media. And if that's too much of an ask for you because, you're a little bit too much of a bitch and you can't, I need to scroll, I can't, sit comfortably in my thoughts, then at least start by starting your day with gratitude. Take out a journal, right? I got one right here. Take out your journal and just every morning on a piece of paper, for 5 minutes. Why are you thankful for your life? What is it that you have to be grateful for? And what is it that the goal that you're working to? Just pick one goal. Don't pick a million goals, right? Don't give yourself, again, this impatience where it's like, I have 5 different goals. It's like, okay, if you have 5 different goals set for yourself, they're not all going to happen like that. So again, it's not impatience. It's not anxiety, it's just impatience. It'll come when it needs to come. And then you'll see that you're going to be more focused on your life and the things that you have, the things that you're grateful for, the family that you have around you, the people that, love and support you. And then as a day and day go by, you're going to realize, wow, this is amazing. Like, my life is amazing, right? Like, I've got people who care about me. I've got friends, I've got family, I've got coffee in the morning. I've got a job I can go to, and, people I can serve. And just start twisting your perspective that way and watch how much less behind you'll feel in life and more grateful for your journey. Because everybody's focused on getting to the top of Mount Everest. But what are you going to do there when you're at the top? Look down? The whole point is the journey to get to the peak. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but the peak, the journey, the destination, the finish line that you're striving for, you're trying to reach to, at the end of the day, it's death. I'm sorry to break it to you, but death is the finish line. Death is the peak of Mount Everest. Your life is just from the moment you're born to the moment you die. That's your life. There's no finish line, there's no end goal. There's just pictures and moments and things that happen and ways you react, ways you think, ways you grow, ways you fail. You just keep getting back up and moving forward. But the more you're able to hone in and focus on your life and not scroll and, be thinking about somebody else's life, then the more you're going to enjoy the journey. The more you're going to wake up excited and let's start another day. So I challenge you, 2 things. Start writing the things you're grateful for in your journal. And then number 2, take a break from social media. Because I promise, or at least put some boundaries and restrictions on how much you consume it. I'm going to leave you like I always do. Subscribe if you're new. Create more than you consume. Love others. Serve everybody. Like and share with somebody who you think will find this video valuable. And I'll see you in the next one. I love you guys. Peace.